can you go back to the screen just before the report was generated?
Into here, the inspection.
Yes. So if you could just show us a little bit of the annotation at this point of what it is that you can maybe move to a particular location within the Matterport space and then annotate that space. I know we got a lot of technology going on here, and it can cause a challenge between how we do WGAN-TV Live at 5 and the Matterport tour that you're trying to call up. So there we go.
Yeah, it just takes, it's all, that and Zoom, everything slows everything
Yeah, it's, that has nothing to do with NSPECT or Matterport. It's WGAN-TV and how we do what we're doing that's causing that latency. Otherwise, it'd be snappy.
So to jump in, if we look right here, we're at the front of this facility, and this is your typical Matterport model. Everybody's used to this, what you wanted to do. We're used to that. But if I come down here, this is where I can start looking at it and go, I want to look, at things that are franchisee responsibility, or I just want to look at what's a good idea for the franchise. And so I say, okay, well, what is this? Love the counter, okay, I've got some information here. If I want, I can come in here and add some comments, on it. I could manage the resolution status, put a link, some more pictures, put anything really we want here. But if I need more content, what is this? Well, I just click go to point, and it's going to take me straight, as you mentioned, Dan, kind of like a deep link that we're saying that we actually love the counter, that's sitting right here. This is what we want. So if we said, okay, well, we've reviewed that, let's get in and just look at everything and go, wait a minute, this is not an approved machine. Well, what machine's not approved in this facility? Let's jump over, get right back, and we know this is the machine that needs to be moved. And so that same machine, we've got it there. And this is great where we've got all of this Matterport model, but we also, just to touch it for everybody so that we're there, I can flip over. I've also got annotations that are running. This is just on 2D images. This is just uploading pictures from your iPad or your iPhone that you're able to go in, and we do the same annotation here. And then they all get brought into that same report. So the Matterport models are amazing. We can do that, but sometimes we just need to get information quick,
Yeah, so if you could just take me back to Matterport for a moment.
Yep.
And I just, if you could just maybe add one endpoint and go slowly over that addition, I think that would be great.
Yeah, let's get us here. So we've got the ability to, if I move my mouse around, which you can't see because you can't see my fingers, if I just stop moving my mouse, we get this red dot, this red pointer that pops up. We're automatically selecting, so we don't have to go and click a whole lot of things to make it happen. I can click, and then now I'm over here doing categories and information there. Okay,
so just go slowly, if you would, to the top right. So
yeah.
In the top right, where it says endpoint category, and there was three, not in the model, in the add endpoint in the top right.
Yeah, I'm going to show you just so I'll say, so you're adding your point by stopping your mouse, or you can just go in here and say add a point, and then we can move it directly wherever we want. So we'll put one here. And
and slowly, so there were 3 items that came up, but for clarification, this is set by the company what endpoint categories matters to them. This is not what gets shipped.
Correct. These are what we call, inspection types. And so this right here is a franchise location. 100% everything that you see in this right panel, whether it be additional fields or anything, this is defined by the end user. They make as many different inspection types as they want, and they're going to pick.
So in this case, there just happen to be 3 endpoint categories under endpoint status.
Mm-hmm.
The next item, that would be typical, would show up in any companies, or they could add or delete or change their endpoint status items.
Correct. So we can say this is, a franchisee responsibility. It's something new, and we can say there is a crack on the floor.
Great. And then I understand the description, and then I see some boxes that talk about safety, brand violation, urgent, dispute. Once again, those, for clarification, those are all set by the client of what matters to them to be annotated to make life easy for them to simply check boxes to create the report.
Correct. And so as we make this, we've answered our questions, we filled out our data that we want, and then we just say save.
Okay, and just again, for clarification, is there some point where I'm adding video or audio or photos in this process as well?
Yeah, you can go in when you get down, once you start editing your points, and then that's where you can start, coming over here, different, you can upload pictures, browse for files, different information, whatever it is that you'd like to place.
Awesome. So any digital asset can be added to the annotation.
Correct.
Great. And at that point, then you're generating a report. Unless you were going to show us something else, I would take it off of screen share.
Yeah, no, I was just the last thing I was going to show you is we've just made this in front of everybody just to see, that's how fast, if we bring all the way this down, we've got it here. It's not a rendering. We don't have to do anything special. We're ready to go and we're ready to start adding comments, real time. So
That's awesome.